For my paper, I chose to write about energy and its effect on climate change. Energy's effect on Earth's climate in today's society is having a very profound impact on our environment. The idea of climate change in the last 2 decades has become increasingly controversial. If climate change is not dealt with immediately, the future of Earth and the environment will be substantially impacted in a negative way. Over the next decade and further on, alternative resources will have a very big impact on the planet as they will help lead the fight against a warming climate. Climate change. What is it? Climate change is a slow but continual change in a particular location's weather over a period of time, as opposed to weather, which is a change over a very short period of time. Climate change is studied by certain satellites that orbit around the Earth, and they look at things like land, air, water, and ice. And other satellites also look at the sun and retrieve information about the amount of energy that it spreads out into outer space. Humans are among those that are believed to be contributing to a lot of Earth's climate change that's happening today. Driving cars, heating homes, and burning millions of tons of fossil fuels each and every day are causing the gases in our atmosphere to become trapped, thus heating Earth up and eventually leading to what we have been seeing, which is a global rise in temperature over the past 100 years. Effects. Climate change today is very evident. Since the beginning of the 21st century, emissions from heat and electricity production have almost doubled. The top 10 warmest years on Earth have happened since 1998, with 2015 being one of the hottest years globally since records began in the late 1800s. Climate change has affected wildlife and their food sources, which has led to the extinction of entire species globally. Issues of the future. In order to provide the next generation with a safe and sound planet, we need to start eliminating excessive amounts of fossil fuels that are being burned. Climate change is expected to increase the risk of diseases, which include malaria, yellow fever, and so on. There will be higher chances of large heat waves, increased areas of drought, and extensive food and water shortages. Oceans and their ecosystems today are deteriorating at a rapid rate also. Reducing emissions. There are many ways to reduce emissions in today's world. Using transit, turning the lights off, and not driving as much can help immensely to slow down the amount of CO2 that's being pushed into our atmosphere. Using vehicles that are electrically powered are now beginning to make their value known on the planet, which will be a very positive thing in the years to come. Recycling paper, glass, tin, plastics, tires, paint, and many more things will also help in the fight against climate change. Conclusion. The idea that climate change is changing our Earth is not only real, but the evidence, such as melting polar ice caps and the extreme droughts of the world, show that our Earth is changing, not for the better, but for worse. Renewable resources such as wind and solar are already changing the way humans use energy, and if we can find a way to store that energy, there will be a high chance that climate change will be nullified in the years to come.